Hello everyone. COVID-19 news. An alarming rise in corona's injuries in America, and fear of a second wave. About a dozen U.S. states, including Texas and Arizona, are struggling to cope with the increasing number of hospital users who use these treatments, fueling fears that a reopening of the country's economy could spark a second wave of infection. Global stocks tumbled at the close Thursday, amid fears of a resurgence of the epidemic, knowing that the previous time the Standard and Borz 500 and Dow Jones fell that much in a single day was in March, when corona cases in the United States began to increase. The recent rise in the number of cases in nearly 10 states reflects, in part, an increase in examinations and tests. However, many of these states are also witnessing an increase in the number of hospitalized patients, some of whom are beginning to face a crisis in beds in intensive care units. Texas reported a record increase in hospital casualties for the third day in a row, and the Houston mayor said the city was ready to turn its soccer field into a field hospital if necessary, Reuters reported. In North Carolina, only 13% of intensive care beds in the state are no longer available due to severe cases of COVID-19 caused by the virus. And Arizona witnessed a record number of corona patients inside hospitals, as the number reached 1,291 cases. The state health director asked hospitals this week to activate contingency plans and increase the absorptive capacity inside the intensive care units. The state's website indicates that about 3/4 of the beds in state intensive care units are occupied. Health experts fear a new increase in injuries due to protests against racial discrimination and police violence, which have pervaded the country for 2 weeks and gather large numbers. Arizona, Utah and New Mexico reported increases in new infections by 40% or more during the week ending June 7 compared to the previous week, according to an analysis by Reuters. New cases in Florida, Arkansas, South Carolina and North Carolina also rose by more than 30% in the past week. Commenting on these numbers, Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the U.S. Department of Infectious Diseases, told the Canadian CBC news agency that the high number of cases is inevitable with the lifting of restrictions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.